Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad, Peep Squad. Hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Shahs of Sunset, Season 8, Episode 7. I was like, what is going on in this situation? I was like, Mike is the calm, cool, collected one. He's the one that's making sense out of everything and basically calling plays before they even happen. And we're on episode 7, and Gigi is out of the drama. She ain't in no drama. And she got her divorce and she's pregnant too. There's a whole lot going on. So let's just get into it. Let's talk about this situation. So we are still at Sarah's party. Sarah's party was lit. It went down. I mean, Reza, he went in there and said what he needed to say. I was like, I don't know how Nima thought that MJ was going to be cool, calm, and relax when it came to Reza, because she ain't never been like, how did he knew that Nima knew that there was going to be drama. He knew it from the jump street, and he's being called out too as well by Sarah. Sarah was like, why was she at my party? I did not invite her. Like, what's going on with that situation? I was like, So let's just get into it. So Reza at this time and this point, he is done with MJ. He don't want nothing to do with her. Basically, he called her a FB word, and he said she was plotting the whole time while she was supposed to be on bed rest. She was plotting to take down his marriage and his situation. And 30 years don't mean shit to him no more. It's over and done with. He's moving forward, and he doesn't want nobody that's dealing with MJ in the picture. And basically, Mike comes up to MJ and was like, yo, what happened? What went on? And so she was like, well, Reza called me a 50-year-old woman, basically said I had 10 abortions and coming for me, and he lied on me and everything else like that. I was like, okay, MJ, you ain't gonna say what you did, that you threw water in his face, that you said him and his husband be at bathhouses and everything else like that, and they both cheat on each other. Like, you gotta take some accountability too. And so Mike is not falling for the okie doke. He was like, didn't you throw water on him? And she was like, yeah, but water don't hurt. And when MJ said, and she said in some part that he had on a swimming suit, it was a pool party, and so it was just water. I was like, it's the fact that you threw it out of disrespect. You didn't throw water on him just to be funny. You didn't throw water on him because he was on fire. You threw water on him because he was in your face talking all that gushy bull crap to you, talking about you need to go home and take care of your baby and all that stuff that he was saying, which was out of line. He could have came down to hear what you had to say, but you guys were both on one. You went from a 0 to 1,000, a 0 to 100 on each other. He came down there yelling and screaming. He wasn't trying to have a conversation because Reza already made his mind up that MJ is the one that started the rumor. She tried to bring him down and she was plotting on him. So basically, he went down there to cuss her out, and she was there to cuss him out too as well. It was like, this wasn't the time or a place. They need to be in somebody's office, in a therapy room, and everything else like that. I was like, Mike is telling the truth. Like, they need therapy. Mike was like, there was savage behavior. I was like, Lord, he's calling them savages. Mike is in there calling MJ and Reza savages. I was like, So here is Ali. So basically, Ali is confronting, Reza about the situation, playing strip poker with his husband, texting him and all this other stuff. And at this time and point, Reza does not want anything to do with Ali. He throws water in his face. So you know what, Reza, you threw water in Ali's face and was yelling and screaming because you can punk him, but you can't punk Tommy, which is MJ husband. So basically, MJ got Reza back from throwing water in Allie's face, but Allie and MJ ain't even talking what I heard, and Allie's doing interviews all over the place. Basically Allie, he has done like 8 interviews. I can't watch them all, and it's just so much going on with his interviews. So like he's on everybody's YouTube channel telling his story. I just can't watch it no more. But one thing he did say is MJ did not orchestrate the situation, but she knew about the situation, about, the strip poker, and she also knew that there were text messages, but she didn't see them. And basically, he's saying that Gigi is lying and Destiny is lying too as well, because Destiny is saying that Ali told her that that MJ said to bring up the Ali situation when Riz is around or talk about it. So basically, MJ is denying that, and Ali is not really, putting in the part of what MJ actually did. He's busy on a rampage to point out that, Reza is an asshole, and basically he controls the show and he controls the people on the show, and he took away his friend Destiny, and Destiny is a liar. She's crazy, and she's batshit crazy too as well, and she has a whole lot going on in her brains that is not functioning. And then on top of that, he is also saying that Gigi is a liar. So yes, MJ did know about what was going on because Ali did tell her. So Ali's her friend. He's accusing, Reza of Adam of sexual harassment and everything else like that. So MJ could have picked up the phone and gave Reza the heads up if she wanted to, but I don't know if they was really speaking on that. And plus maybe she did not want to violate, Ali's confidence. So it is what it is. They could have all been orchestrating it together, but at the end of the day, ain't nobody really trying to take blame for everything. Ali's basically saying that Adam be out here trying to get some uchi oohoo from anything that's walking, so he ain't really satisfied as what's going on at home with Reza. So Reza might be packing, but he ain't packing enough for Adam to be satisfied. And so, we get the flashback of when MJ and, Reza was actually going back and forth, and she was saying he's at bathhouses and he's cheating, and then he's talking about that she needs to be home taking care of her baby. If you almost died, you're like 50 years old, you don't have no shame, you're not embarrassed, and all this other stuff that he was saying. So it is what it is with that situation. And MJ is basically saying that, her friendship is ruined because of Ali and him believing Destiny and whatever Destiny told Reza, and basically it is what it is. And Ali did not want to be bullied or anything else like that. And he's talking about going to the Adam going to the gym, hooking up, and all types of stuff. And Mike believes that MJ heard the rumor, and then she didn't go tell people what to do or how to do it, but she just helped spread the rumor too as well. She didn't try to stop the rumor. She didn't try to get down to the bottom of it because it ain't her job. But if she wanted to, she could have reached out to Reza and told him, like, Reza, what's going on and what's happening, and blah, and the third, this is what is being said about you, and Ali wants to have a conversation with you about the situation. If they've been friends for 30 years and she values his friendship at any point in time, even if they're not, seeing eye to eye on things, she could have gave him the heads up, because it could destroy his marriage and also destroy the image that he's been portraying on the show. Like, I didn't know he'd be going to bathhouses, doing it while giving it up free, making his money, doing him and Adam be out here and just running around, doing sex and doing the whole nine. I was like, yo, what's really going on? I mean, they be out here doing it. And so then MJ, she gets on the phone and she calls Tommy, and Mike is like, no, don't kind of do that, but she's gonna call her husband. That's her husband. That's who she said I do to death do us poor, when she was on her deathbed and it was moving her vagina and her fallopian tube and everything else, and they didn't know if she was gonna make it. Her husband was next to her. Nobody else was next to her. And so even, Nima is upset. Don't call him. It's not gonna make anything better. And then Mike's girlfriend, she jumps in and she was like, no, she need to call her husband. She need to call her man what happened to her. Reza was out here acting up, and so the situation goes that Tommy done went to the crib. He done went to, Adam's and Reza's crib, and he basically had a baseball bat. He's throwing plants. The plants didn't look that expensive. I mean, like, the buckets that they were in, they look like Walmart buckets and shit like that you get at, Home Depot and Lowe's and shit like that. But, still, it's your property. You don't want nobody coming on your property touching your shit and doing this and that. or whatever. So he was upset and it feels like that, Tommy was going through some things. He almost lost he could have lost his baby, could have lost his wife and everything else like that. And then she has no support and she's out here being, talked about. And then on top of that, Reza is out here putting out her on Instagram, putting out her medical history, her baby's medical history, talking about her like that. But he feels a certain type of way. Once he said what he said to MJ in person, he didn't have to go online and say it because it was already going to be on a syndicated TV show. More people were going to see what he said on TV than they was going to see on his Instagram. So Tommy was out here defending his wife honor, and he was out here doing the most, baby. And he tried to call Riz and try to have a conversation with him, but Riz done hung up the phone on him. So the next best thing was to throw his shit around the place. I don't think it's right, because you don't touch nobody's property. I'll be damned if somebody come on my property and throw my plants and all my shit around. I'll be pissed off. That's like violating your privacy. You feel like somebody violated you when they come in your house and they don't have permission to be in your house or be on your property or be in your yard. But it ain't worth him going to jail. But Reza want to put his ass behind bars. Reza done filed a restraining order. He was like, that thug, that criminal. I was like, no, he did not call him a thug and a criminal. I was like, oh shit. When people use the type of words that are not black, and if they're coons or whatever, I just be thinking, what would they say about a black person? What do they think about black people? But it ain't. But I guess it's not that type of situation, because Tommy displayed these behaviors by going to his house and destroying his property and messing with his plants. And he had a baseball bat. He was in the hood. He was riding around dirty with a baseball bat. His plans was to throw the plants all over the place. I was like, Lord have mercy. And so we have MJ. She meets up with Nima and she meets up with Mike, and they're basically, talking about the situation that went down at this time and point. MJ don't really feel no type of way. She don't blame her husband for the situation. She support him because he actually had her back, because it seems like everybody really don't got her back on the show. Like, she don't got no friends on the show. I guess the only person that she really got on the show that's kind of cool with her is Mike, and she done did Mike wrong too as well. And Mike could be wishy-washy when he wanna be. And Nima, we know Nima's going to choose Rizza's side, because Rizza done brought him a Rolex and he wants to have the money and the lifestyle that Rizza has. I believe. I'm assuming. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. So it is what it is. I was like, for real, it's going down. MJ was like, I don't give a damn. And so, basically she said her husband Tommy called Rizza, and Rizza, hung up on him. And so it was a bad situation. And so, Tommy did what he thought was best, was to go batshit crazy. And so, Nima's like, you don't think it was wrong that you threw water on him? She was like, he had on a bathing suit, was at a pool party. I almost fell out my chair, baby. I was like, MJ, and this is not what MJ should be saying, because she should be pleading her case and saying how sorry she is, so they can basically say, okay, we can't dish you, MJ. But her harboring, malice and thinking what she did was okay, even if she did think it was okay, she shouldn't tell her friend or the people that are acting like they're her friend anything, because they're gonna use it against her. So she should have just said, I'm sorry for what happened. It went wrong. I shouldn't have thrown water in his face. And she was like, how is water gonna hurt him? Really? But he was but Nima was like, yo, you did it in a way that was assaultive. You did it in an aggressive manner. You did it in a disrespectful way. And MJ basically is like, come on, you serious? It was just water. Like, it's funny because I know somebody just like MJ that looks like her too and everything. And so I was just like, MJ is not trying to have that situation. And when Rizza said that thug husband of hers, that criminal husband of hers, I was like, Lord have mercy. And Rizza done got a restraining order. He's doing the most. Mike basically, he knows that Rizza's going to try to make people pick sides. And this is what Ali said with Rizza being controlling. He controls everything on the show. I just want to see if Mike is going to be controlled by Rizza. At one point in time, he was controlled a little bit. In the beginning, he was controlled by Rizza. I think he has his own nutsack now, but we'll see if he's going to become under control of Rizza. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But he thinks it's wrong that Tommy, went over there to Rizza's house and everything else. And they want MJ to take accountability of what she said about, Rizza basically, throwing his business out there about the bathhouses and everything else like that. They don't agree with Rizza actually saying that she had 10 abortions or talking about her medical history, especially Nima. He was like, that was wrong. Your baby's medical history, your medical history, that shouldn't have happened. But, you threw water on him and you talked about his business too as well. It's just that yours cut a little bit deeper because people are going to judge, MJ more because she had 10 abortions allegedly. I hope it's not 10. She said it's lies. She never omitted that she had an abortion or anything else like that. And so they're asking her, do you think it's messed up that, your husband, went over there to his house and threw his plants and shit like that? And she was like, not really. And so Mike is like, yo, Riz is going to try to make us choose. You're unapologetic. We're trying to get your side of the story to see how everything is going. And then Nima is like, did you know that your husband was going to go over there to his house? And Mike is like, of course she knew. Of course MJ knew he was going over there. Of course she knew. Basically, Mike is insinuating that MJ sent his ass over there to do something to Rizza because she was pissed, she was upset, and she was out for blood. And I can't blame her because 10 abortions, you already know how embarrassing that is to her family and everything else like that. And anybody you do business with, they're gonna be like, damn, this female had 10 abortions, like she was just raw dogging anybody. But hopefully that's not the case and it's not true because she is denying it. But it is allegedly. But once the shit is out there, it's out there. And Mike was like, come on, you need to be apologetic or something. Say just sorry about the situation or what you said. At least take some accountability. And MJ was like, yo, he went to Instagram and started posting even more information about my business. MJ really wanted to say F Rizza and everything that he stand for, everything that he stand on, because he went to Instagram after the situation. They want her to cry, woe is me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did it, and all this other stuff. I was like, oh, that's the hot sauce they asked for? That's for tobacco sauce? Ugh, they should get red hot, baby. Louisiana hot sauce or something. That hot sauce sucks. It don't have no flavor, just burns. So moving on to that situation, and Nima's like, you gotta have some accountability. Like, it almost seems like they're scared of Rizza. Rizza. It just seems like, they're afraid of him and they want his respect and they want to be his friend too as well because he does call his shots. And MJ's not making it easier for them to actually choose because she's actually making it easy for them to just pick Rizza's side, but they don't really want to just be all, they don't want to seem like they don't got no nutsack. That's the problem. But MJ said, well, then I know what you're going to do. I know you're going to choose his side. Yeah, you know, right. But we're going to see what Mike is going to do. I'm going to be shocked if Mike does, or should I not be shocked if Mike chooses Rizza's side, because they were both wrong and he don't really know factual if MJ actually has something to do with it. He's going by word of mouth when it comes from Allie that he don't like, that he think Allie's lying already, even though Allie is MJ's friend, and Destiny is saying that this is what this person told her. Allie used to be her friend, but she ain't his friend no more. So basically, all the situation ruined a friendship. So, I think Rizza should have sat down with MJ and had a conversation with her one-on-one about the situation and see what she had to say. And then she could have said whatever she wanted to say, whatever, but then he could have read between the lines, and he knows her. He's been knowing her for 30 years. He would know if she's lying or not. But at this point, Rizza is like, that criminal thug husband of hers, we got a restraining order. He cannot come near you or me. He's telling Adam the situation. Adam is scared. Adam is like, I feel like, shit is crazy. And so we have Gigi. She done got her divorce. Her divorce is almost finalized as long as she don't do anything crazy and have her soon to be ex-husband wild out on her and basically detest the divorce papers. So she got to be nice to him. So it is what it is. So, moving on from that situation, we have Destiny. She is talking to Nima about the relationship that she has with Sarah's brother, and she's gonna continue, to screw him and be with him because that's what she want to do. And he's an adult, she's an adult, she could do what she want to do. She don't really care about Sarah that way. And then Nima is like, yo, Sarah must really don't like you because she don't want you with her brother because Destiny's kind of weird. Destiny's kind of crazy. I know she does entertainment. She does stuff for the MMA and all that other good stuff, and so she puts on a character and things like that. But she seems pretty weird. She seems like she's putting more in her pipe than just grass, if you ask me, allegedly. And Nima's just looking at her like, okay. Sarah don't like you. No, Sarah don't want somebody that she's working with screwing her brother, plus is twice as old as her brother. And this woman don't want nothing serious. She just want to get screwed. She wants her to screw somebody else other than her brother. But the point is, Sarah, she can screw anybody she wants to screw as long as they're willing, able, they're an adult, and they're giving consent. And so she's going to keep doing it, but even though it bothers Sarah, so therefore Destiny doesn't respect Sarah either. And Sarah thinks Destiny is not good enough for her brother. Point blank, period. And she don't want her brother to be pillow talking with Destiny and telling their business and shit and meeting their mother and their father because she don't see it for Destiny, and she don't want Destiny to be a part of her family. And so we got Reza with his restraining order. He can't Tommy can't come 100 feet near either one of them or 100 feet near their property. And so there's going to be penalties and consequences. There might be some fines, and there also might be jail time. Rizza's trying to put this man in jail. Lord have mercy. Rizza is doing too much. He is trying to put this man in jail. Lord, he is feeling a certain type of way. He ain't playing around with this shit. It is what it is. Rizza is on one, and he wants MJ and her husband to be off the show. He got restraining orders. You have Mike. He's talking to Destiny. He was like, basically, Mike does that. Rizza is going to basically tell us the true sides because he's rallying all the troops together to get together. So he's rallying, so that he's having a rally to the troops, like to come together and cross out MJ and cross out Tommy. So it's going to be what it's going to be. And Mike doesn't really believe Destiny is being truthful and honest about the situation, that MJ really played that part that Destiny is saying at all. He believes that she's lying. She ain't telling the truth. So Rizza is up there basically saying, if you want to be my friend, you cannot be MJ friend. I don't want to be friends with anybody that wants to be friends with MJ. Basically, he's telling you to pick a side and choose. He was like, you cannot, ride the fence, ride the gate. You cannot tittle on one side and tittle on the other side. No, you need to pick a side. And basically, at least he's being honest with you and letting you know that he don't mess with anybody that messes with MJ and Tommy. If you do, he ain't gonna mess with you. So what if they all just choose to still be cool with MJ? That means, Rizza, what you gonna do? Who you gonna film with? What you gonna go around cussing out everybody because they didn't pick your side and pick your team? Okay, yes, he threw your pottery. Yes, MJ says that you was out there at the bathhouse, you cheating on your husband, this and that. That's a beef between you two and Destiny and Allie. So now you're forcing everybody to choose, even if they don't want to choose. Now you're making them choose because they can be cool with MJ and not talk about you. They can film with MJ and be around. It almost seems like Rizza is trying to get MJ up off this damn show. Basically, if you friends with her, you film with her, don't F with me. And then on top of that, he got a restraining order against her husband Tommy, so he can't come near them or to the reunion or anything else like that. I was like, shady. And so then they asked, Nima, who invited MJ? Nima was like, basically, I invited her because she was going to come there and have a conversation. You guys were going to work it out because you guys been friends for 30 years. I don't know how he assumed that. I don't know how he picked that up. I don't know how he thought that was going to work. I don't know how he thought MJ was going to sit there and talk to Rizza. She's already pissed and fuming at Rizza because that's her friend of 30 years and he's not there for her. Her baby do the same thing that, his dogs do or something like that. Put the arms crossed and shit, and he don't come through. So it is what it is. And Destiny's like, oh my God, I wish you can come see me at the MMA and all this other stuff. Mike is going to go and some of the other boys. But Rizza said he's going to Hawaii. Nima is explaining himself. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I didn't think it was gonna be that deep. You invited her to be your plus one because you know it was gonna create a moment and the scene. You just didn't know that Rizza was gonna go all the way there and get all the way upset, and you didn't want to get him upset, and you didn't know MJ was gonna be like, y'all dudes be in bathhouses, like, Lord. And so MJ's with her personal trainer. Personal trainer is telling her that he done had a dream. He done had a vision that MJ father done came to him in his sleep and his dreams to tell MJ to make up with Rizza. Is that gonna happen? Is that possible? We shall see. And Gigi finds out that she's pregnant. Congratulations, Gigi. And so Mike is on the phone with MJ. Now MJ's on the phone admitting that she knew about the strip poker, the strip cards, and that situation. And she knew about what was going on. And she thinks that her husband was wrong, but she can't control him or her friends. And so basically she's apologetic now because now she has no idea what's going on, what Rizza is up to, and what people are saying about her. And now she had time to cool off. Now she's basically coming to terms with the situation. And Mike believes that he realized how bad that she realized how bad this shit got, because her husband could be facing criminal time, could be facing a felony or a misdemeanor, and he has to pay court fines, and he could possibly end up behind bars. But we know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So Mike is kind of like calling the shot. He's like the big person because he's like the go-to between MJ and Rizza. And Rizza can't disrespect him like Rizza normally disrespect people. Because when Mike was talking to Rizza at Sarah's party and Rizza was looking at his phone and acting like he don't hear Mike, pushed up his chin and was like, I'm talking to you. Respect me, buddy. I was like, go ahead, Mike. Mike is doing a whole lot now. And so basically, he feels like he's getting a third degree from MJ because she doesn't know what's going on. She's crying. They feel sorry for her at the same damn time. But Mike is enjoying every bit of this because this is not his drama at all. So now MJ admits that she knew about, the strip stuff. But she didn't. But Ali said that she did not see the text messages. I believe MJ knew about everything and she just kept her mouth closed and she was gonna let the pieces fall where they may. And then the pieces fell as far as, Ali may have and may not have told Destiny that MJ told him to say sexual harassment. But, Ali said no, MJ did not tell him to say sexual harassment. He said he felt like he was being sexually harassed by Adam and his text messages and his gifts and the things that he was sending, the gifts, the images on his phone that, and then on top of that, it just got too exceedingly crazy. And, he just tried to ignore it. And then he became to be the bad person because he wasn't really accepting Adam's advances. Adam is a flirt. Adam is out here trying to take he's trying to get that. Like, Adam's aggressive. He is not happy with Rizza. He just want that money. And Rizza's out here doing what he do, baby. So they get together and they have the dinner with Destiny. Destiny's being asked questions. Mike is telling her to tell the truth. And she's like, I am being honest. MJ, Ali told me that MJ told him, blah, 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 to say this, to say that. Basically putting MJ in the middle of, putting up Ali to basically talk to, Rizza. But then Mike is like, yo, when you first heard the rumor, you came and told me. How come you didn't go tell Rizza? Like, you did your part too because you helped spread the rumor. So the rumor got spread. But the person that's being blamed the most for it is MJ because Rizza thinks that she orchestrated everything. And, Ali said that she did not orchestrate everything. She had a part in it. Mike believed she just helped continue to spread the rumor, just like Destiny continued to spread the rumor, but added, or, Ali told her that MJ put him up to it. So, anyways, she is upset about that situation. She's feeling a certain type of way. She started crying. She started yelling. She goes, I am telling the truth. And then homeboy here was like, yo, you need to take accountability. I don't believe you. Basically he was like, so then tell me how step from step how things happen. Destiny totally gets up and acts a fool, starts yelling and screaming. The restaurant people shut the door and they kept it moving. So it is what it is. And we got Tommy, he's out here crying. And basically you can feel for Tommy because he was like, I couldn't protect MJ while she was giving birth. Everybody said giving birth was so beautiful. You get to hold your son. He goes, he didn't have that experience. He had a, life and death type of experience with his child and his wife. And he was like, he couldn't protect her, but he could protect her from Mirza. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Tell me who do you think started the rumor? Do you think MJ orchestrated? Is she lying? Is Destiny lying? Is Rizza lying? Is Allie lying? Who's lying?